I'm not sure that that's right. I think Brent reckoned that the first litter was born on Torchwood sort of towards the end of May, and I think that that's probably correct. So regardless, they're now at weaning age, the oldest ones. The youngest ones, not quite yet. They'll get there eventually in about sort of 4 or 5 weeks' time. But what it means is that milk will start to dry up in these females now. And so although they still definitely love a bit of milk, they're going to wander from female to female, hoping and hoping, and eventually there's going to be none left. And interestingly, there, the lioness that do the other story genre, that cub there, that's the one with the floppy ear, the tailor called Flip Flop. That is not an official name. Before Twitter explodes, it's not an official name. It's just quite an interesting one that she's got that floppy ear, probably from mange. Here we go, attempting to suckle again next to us here. And there, look, that's quite interesting. I don't know if you picked that up. But her teats have definitely sunken in. I don't think she's lactating at all anymore. Listen to him whining. Please, Mum, just a little bit. We didn't finish the buffalo today. I'm so hungry. That's a little lioness, of course. The other thing we must try and do here is to try and sex who's here and who isn't. That she's going to get a nasty kick in the face. It's amazing how patient the lionesses have been, but now, no more. Enough of that. Now the others are having a bit of a cross-patch fight the other side. So she's still lactating. She's still lactating a little bit. Let me get the binoculars out and see if I can't identify who's male and who's female. Still so fat with buffalo. There are at least 2 females there. I think we've got 3 different ages of cubs. I think we've got 2 of the oldest litter, 1 of the middle litter, and 1 of the teddies there. I think that's one of the teddies in front. The teddies, for those of you who don't know, they were the youngest litter, and they just looked like teddy bears to me, so that's what I called them. Yeah, that's Floppy. Flip Flop. Flap Flip. She's a lioness too, so there are definitely 2 lionesses. All still looking for milk. And interestingly, Jandri, on that one, the closest one to us, she has still got her hips sticking out a little bit. Oh, that's lovely. Isn't that nice? Walk up to your friends and have a wee. Excellent. Oh, and the cub is now in the process of doing exactly the same thing. Wonderful. I suppose it keeps... Oh, there are 2 of them doing it now. I suppose it keeps the ground cool. Absolutely foul. Gorgeous, really just stunning stuff. This is, of course, why I fail to find lions royal in the slightest. I find them to be, well, just disgusting. I don't think that there's one male amongst these cubs. I think they're all female. Doing their level best to get some food. They are so patient, these lionesses, when they're lactating. Ruth, hello, it's lovely to hear from you. You're in South Africa. It's always nice to hear from home. Not that it isn't nice to hear from away from home. But Ruth, you're wondering, if they stop lactating, will they then go into estrus again? No, they won't. And the reason for that, Ruth, is that once the lactating ceases, it does not preclude the need for them to provide food. So until these cubs are almost 2 years old, they will be almost totally hopeless at trying to look after themselves, at trying to kill things for themselves. Quite unlike leopards, they don't seem to have the same knack. Yes, they'll try and kill small things like squirrels and birds and that sort of thing, but it's highly unlikely that they will manage to kill anything worthwhile before they're about sort of 2 years old. And it's only once the responsibility of looking after them disappears that the lionesses will come back into estrus. So at about 2 to 2.5 years of age for this lot, the lionesses will come into estrus again. So right now, they won't come into estrus unless they lose these cubs. And that's looking increasingly unlikely. The Birmingham boys are settled. And of course, well, I mean, look, we've had an incident today where 2 more cubs seem to have gone missing. 2 died of the white muscle disease. The rest seem to have recovered. So it's not impossible that one of these lionesses has lost all her cubs, but I think that there are 3 age groups here.